Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video where we are just going to sit together and I'm going to show you what I meant in one previous video. I told you that I do this quick makeup that I do these days when I'm off camera. Not all the time, because sometimes I also feel a little bit more elaborate, but sometimes I just want to look put together and I don't want to spend super much time to do it, right? Because it happens that I have a life now that is beyond makeup. So and that's what I wanted to show you. Beyond that, I just want to chat with you, and I want to use this palette. Unfortunately, as far as I know, this is not available anymore. This is the Christmas Eve palette from Oden's Eye Cosmetics. I ordered this when it dropped, or before, I don't even know, when it went on pre-order. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I think I was thinking about this one. I might still use this shade just to deepen the look, but I might start with this one. Now, usually I do this just with taupey shades or with, I don't know, neutral shades, you know? Yeah, but we're also going to add some glitter. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to, because that is how I do it. All right, sweeties, my eyes are primed and my eyebrows are done, and seriously, the eyebrows, that is the part of this look that takes the longest. I don't know, but I have to do my eyebrows because my natural eyebrows are such tiny little flimsy leftover thingies that it's just ridiculous, and I just feel a good eye look needs a frame, and that is of course then the eyebrows, and I think today I did a pretty good job. You know what is also new, and while I'm starting to work, maybe I should start to work while I'm talking to you. What is also new is this is actually the second day that I'm doing makeup back here. You know, I'm obviously not filming all the time, but just sitting here. My dogs are lying here on the floor all around me. It's the happiest I could be, because my two most favorite things in the world are here in this room. My makeup, ranking second, and my dogs. Okay, so let us just go in. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to go in with that light gray. By the way, my fingers look really, really bad. I don't know if it shows up on camera. I'm also going to zoom you in. I'm forgetting all these things. I haven't done YouTube for so long. I don't know. Forgot how to do it. Okay, so in any case, my hands look really, really bad because I'm going through my usual winter skin disaster hands. Really, really bad. Also, in addition to what is happening to me every year during the winter, is that of course now I'm outside all the time and holding 3 leashes and stuff like that. So I'm really, like, I'm cracking my hands everywhere. It's really bad. But in any case, that is what it is. Now I'm just gonna go and apply some makeup. And I also wanted to talk to you about something that has actually been raised. The topic has been raised by my friends and also by my family when we announced that we took another dog. Now, if you just found me and you don't know, I have 2 dogs, or I had 2 dogs already. The first one that we got came from a breeder, and then the second one we rescued, and now about 2.5 weeks ago we rescued another one. Okay, so they're all very big, even though they are still puppies in the broad sense, because they are between 7 months and 10 months old. So they are still officially puppies, but they are already like teenagers, right? So, and I was asked, not in an accusatory way, but just like people want to understand what is happening, right? So they say, Leorah, why is that? Like, you know, we know that you like to collect stuff. We know that you have a lot of kids. You used to have a lot of fish. You used to have a lot of rabbits. In case you don't know, during the pandemic, we actually rescued 8 rabbits. And later on, we also collected one from the street that just had been dumped, but the other ones we actually got from the back rooms of stores, because they knew they couldn't sell them because they wouldn't make it. They had they had like really, really bad diarrhea and stuff like that. And like for rabbits, people are like, you know, it's easier to just like get rid of them instead of treating them. And even when we took them to the vet also told us, just go and get a new one. Like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, no, this is not how I treat life. It's life, right? So in any case, it is a thing that I'm very, very passionate about, to rescue animals, and we kind of grew in it. You know, size of the animal wise. We also, of course, have a rescue cat that we found in the garbage dumpster right across our house that was only 10 days old. Of course we don't know, but about 10 days old, because it still had the eyes closed and it was screaming for his life. And we dug it out of the garbage, and I have been raising this cat. This cat is now with us for 2.5 years. And it's not the easiest, most cuddly companion, I have to say. Maybe because it didn't grow up with his mommy or something, but I did my best. Let's put it that way. But I was raising it with a syringe, you know. I was getting up every 2 hours and kind of, in a way, breastfeeding the cat. You know what I mean? So, but I never mind stuff like this. I love stuff like this. Plus, with animals, this whole stage of where they are so extremely needy that you need to get up at every 2 hours and like feed them and whatever, is of course a very, very short amount of time compared to what you have with humans, right? So I never minded it. I've always been super passionate about it. And so I was really thinking about this now when we adopted our Belgian Shepherd. Why that is, because not because it came to me, because for me it's normal, but for other people they think like, why this new thing now? Okay, now there is an aspect of me wanting everything in abundance, and that is actually something that I have been talking about here on my channel from the very beginning, that I'm not good with small palettes. I want abundance. Sorry, I want everything big. I want everything big in my life. I want everything larger than life. I don't want small things. Sorry, not interested, you know? So that is when it comes to makeup, but also in other things. When it comes to my kids, I had 7 kids in 9 years, you know? Was that planned that way? Not 100%. I didn't think that I would have twins twice and things like that. But you know, it's abundance, and it goes on and on and on. I like things big. I don't even know how to do things small. I don't know how to cook small. I don't know how to do laundry small. I'm doing laundry for 9 people every single day, you know, and I always finish everything. I have not a single day, unless the machine is broken, where I have stuff left over. I do and finish everything every day. So that is like, this is the kind of person I am. And if I don't have that, I feel a lack. And actually my bestie pointed that out to me, that it could also of course have an influence, and I'm just going to go into the next color, which is this one. This is the shade Nowhere, and it's kind of a taupey shade, but also not. It kind of has like a purple hint to it or something. I really don't know, but it's really pretty. So in any case, she said, and maybe you don't know, so I'm going to tell you that I actually come from a background that is not, like, we have never been rich or wealthy, or I don't know if we were even middle class. You know, this is how I grew up. I was always concerned that we don't have enough. I was always concerned that, yeah, that we don't have enough. You know, not that I felt like I'm starving or anything, and if I needed shoes, then I got shoes, but usually it was hand-me-downs or even donations from other families, things like that. I also know that we got food donations because we were considered a large family with like 5 kids, you know, and my mom couldn't work. I mean, she was doing work from home, but that didn't add a lot to the income, and my father had a very low income, you know, so it could be that that is also part of it, maybe in the background, that I just feel safer when I have abundance. It might be, but I think it is also just me, because my heart is very, very big, and I love to have a lot to love and a lot going on and a lot to handle. It also keeps me off the street, honestly, you know, because if I don't have a lot to handle, I just get bored super fast, you know. So I love it. I might also complain about it here and there, that I have too much to do, but I never mean it in the sense of I hate this. because I actually need it. I love it like this, you know, but sometimes because we're humans, we just complain about stuff. All right, so but then I was like, okay, so when did this actually start? Because it kind of looks like, for people who only know me now and they see that we're adding a lot of stuff to our life and to our household, how come, you know? The thing is, actually, when I'm looking back at my childhood, I have always been like this. I was the child who suddenly came home with a dog because I found him somewhere while I was like going for a walk or doing something. I don't know. We were always outside and doing stuff and building huts and who knows what. And I came home with a dog because the dog crossed my path, so I took it home. You know, at some point the owners came and picked it up. I was furious. But this is what I did. There was a bird that fell from the nest and broke the wing or whatever. I was the one who tried to save the bird. Did it ever work? Did I ever succeed? No. No, you know, but my parents let me do it, and I think that is actually incredible because I got to deal with the facts of life. You know, they let me deal with the loss, with the hope, with the disappointment, with like all these emotions that I think a lot of not only children but also adults these days shy away from dealing with that. And then it's suddenly a trigger, and like you have to put trigger warnings in the video, and it's like, come on people, this is normal life situations, you know? There were a lot of cases when I tried to save birds. For some reason, a lot of birds ended up in my my room when I was a child, and I was trying to like save them, feed them, and I got all kinds of recommendations how to do it and what they would eat and how to, I don't know, imitate the food that the mothers, how does one say that, regurgitate or something like this, how they bring it up and feed the little nestlings I don't know how to call this, but in any case I was always like that. Now again, I never succeeded, but it was always part of normal life for me that I will try my best, and if it doesn't work, then at least I have tried, and I deal with the loss when it comes to that. This is how life is, and this is how it is healthy. To from the get-go prevent my children to have these experiences, I would never even think about that, you know? We used to have a couple of hamsters. My kids had hamsters because, you know, they usually don't live that long, like just like a year or 2 or 3, I don't know, depending on the kind of hamster, I guess. And it's not a super huge investment, and they wanted to have their own pets in their room, so I let them have it. Okay, so they of course didn't live, like I said, super long, and we made a very big deal out of the fact that they passed. Now, could I have just taken them out of the cage in the morning when I found them before the kids got up and just disposed of them? Absolutely. I could have just told them, you know what, this and that hamster died during the night, I'm sorry, and you know, you get a new one. I didn't do that because I think that is not healthy. Now, you correct me if you think that I'm wrong, but I don't think so. You prove to me that you're right. But I think that it is super important that the kids see it, you know? I even let my kids like clean the cage afterwards. I let my kids make a little coffin or whatever, you know. Some of my kids drew on a paper towel. They drew like a blessing, or they wrote blessing on the paper towel, and then we wrapped the hamster into the paper towel, and then we had a funeral, and we were all standing around that little hole, and we were throwing flowers. Each one was throwing flowers in it, and we all said something about the animal. Now, you might think, Leorah, you're out of your mind to expose your children to so much trauma? And why are you making such a big deal out of nothing? Because I don't think it's nothing, because it is a lesson for later in life. Now let me just continue with the look, because I'll never finish otherwise. Okay, so usually I would do this, as I said, in brown tones, very, very light brown tones, but I think you get the idea what I've been doing here. You know, super light, not like a low impact look, and then I just put whatever lighter shimmer on the lid. Okay, so in this case I think I'm gonna go for this light purple, because I think this is the lightest shimmer here, at least here in my lighting it looks like it. So I'm just going to apply that with my crusty finger. I'm just gonna put it on like this, and over that I'm going to try to just like put some kind of glitter, and I'm using loose glitter for that because I think it is more spectacular than the pressed glitter, and I'm going to show you in just a second. Okay, so that is what I think, and basically the point that I want to get to is that we need to let our kids, and ourselves for that matter, we need to let ourselves experience stuff and not shy away and flee from the experience and flee from the pain also. I don't know why it is in our today's world that there are so many people so scared of so many things, and I think personally that we're going into a very, very dangerous direction when we're just canceling everything that used to be a normal part of life, and we're covering it up by saying we're just protecting, because I think that's bogus. I think we're just pampering people and not letting them deal with life anymore, and we are creating victims. Now that is my opinion. guess what, leave it or hate it or whatever, but that's my opinion. I think we should do our very, very best to create or to raise strong children, strong humans, strong people, and we should also encourage people around us that are not children to be strong, you know? So that is how I see life, and that is how I'm running the show. Okay, sweeties, so this is how it looks right now. Okay, now I'm going to take some loose glitter here. This I ordered from AliExpress. It was very, very inexpensive. They come in, what, in packs of 12? You know, and what is nice about those is that they are like big particles or big chunks, and also smaller ones, and I think that is really, really pretty. So I'm just going to, I have no nails, I don't know how to open stuff. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just open this, and I just spilled most of it on the table. Alright, so what I'm going to put underneath is the glitter glue from Miss Rose. Also, this is from AliExpress. I have glitter everywhere now. And it has like a little brush like this, and I am just going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm going to put the glitter glue on the brush. Okay, I'm not applying it with the brush that comes here because I don't want to have it too precise, honestly, you know, that is not what I want. Okay, so I want this to be fairy-like and just really, really like blown out. So I'm just going to dab this over this area here loosely, and then I'm using that same brush, and I'm just picking up the loose glitter from the table. No, I don't, but I'm actually picking it up from here, and just like that. And then I am just going to like press it on here. Now, if you're planning to do a eyeliner, then you might want to stay away from this area right above your lashes. Sorry, couldn't remember how to say it. But I'm barely doing eyeliners anymore because I just don't want to spend the time, because for me, honestly, it just takes a lot of time to do a proper liner. I don't know how they do it on Instagram. I don't know if it is just edited that it goes so fast and it looks so effortless and easy. For me, it has never been like that. I have been sitting here like doing a proper winged liner was probably the longest part of my makeup application beyond the eyebrows, you know? So you see what I'm doing? I just kind of like, I'm pushing it on like super loosely and kind of just like go like this and you're done, you know? So I'm going to quickly just finish the look and I'll be right back with the finished look. Okay, sweeties, this is the finished look. I have gotten a little bit splotchy because I got really excited about talking. And this is how a normal person looks, you know, without being covered up. Okay, but this is how the look turned out, and I think it is really pretty. I hope you did enjoy this. And you saw that it also went pretty fast. I was just slower because I was talking to you and I was also explaining, and I was, you know, distracted a little bit by the topic, but it really goes super fast. Now there is a gardener with a leaf blower outside. I hope that this doesn't disturb you too much, but I just wanted to finish the video. So this is how it looks. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit more, and maybe like this. Seriously, I forgot how to do it, you know? Yeah, but this is how it looks. I think it is super pretty, and I hope you did enjoy it. Maybe you can try with whatever palette to do a look like this too, because I think it is pretty, and I really love the effect that loose glitters have, and it is magical. For me, this is magical, and it just always looks pretty. No matter which color combination you use, it always looks pretty. You know, it looks soft, it looks put together, it looks not exactly sophisticated, but in a way, yes, it does. I don't know, you know, I kind of feel like my husband said to me the other day, he said that he said to me, you're the most beautiful dog walker ever. Isn't that cute? Because I just came in with a neutral makeup, but I looked obviously like very, you know, made up. And I came in with the 3 leashes and the 3 big dogs, and he was like, people dress up like this for an evening out, and I just like, I'm walking the dogs, you know what I mean? But I just love to combine the most amazing things in my life, you know, and that is actually makeup and my animals. All right, that sounds like I don't like my kids. That's not true, but of course kids are not my hobby and not my passion in that sense. Kids are my kids, you know, so that's different. All right, sweeties, I also wanted to just add one more thing, because I was speaking beforehand about we have to be careful about not to create victims, right? So I just want to add one more thing to that, because I don't mean in that we all constantly need to be strong and we all need to be perfect and we all need to know always what to do and when to do what and always have to have it all figured out. That is not what I mean, because I have for myself maybe 5% of my life figured out. That's all, you know? And that is not, it's not the point, because knowing everything or having everything or all of that is not being someone who succeeds. It's not necessarily that, okay? It helps to have knowledge and it helps to build yourself up in all kinds of ways. But what I mean is sometimes it's also very strong if you just recognize your mistake, or if you go and apologize for something, or if you know that in this and this circumstance you are weak and you need help and you have the strength to ask for help, you know, or to even just realize, wow, I don't know how to do this, you know. That is, for me, this is strength, and this is the opposite of creating victims. Victims would sit down and say, you guys trigger me, you are unfair, you are racist, you are ageist, you are this or that or the other thing, okay? But to work on yourself, first of all, and on your world around you, the smaller area around you. This is how you get out of this mentality, and it has to start with yourself, right? So now I'm not talking to a specific person here, I'm just talking in general the way I see life. And of course you can you know, tell me how you see it, but of course, as always with topics like this, especially where people have very different and passionate opinions, please be of course respectful, because this is how we are running this place here. Okay, sweeties, this is it for today. I hope you did enjoy this, and basically you saw what I used, so it's not going to be in the description box. And as far as I know, this was limited edition and it's not available anymore, so just use whatever you want. All right, so this is it for today and for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you like it here, then please subscribe. If you don't, then don't. And beyond that, I'm going to see you here super soon for my next video, and up until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.